Defensively for Smyrna, they did a good job as well. Cookeville came out smoking pretty much in the first half. The first quarter, that is. In the second quarter, they kind of settled down and did a good job as well. Turnovers have been a pretty big factor. Smyrna had one that resulted in a field goal for Cookeville, and Cookeville also had one that resulted in a score for Smyrna. So the turnovers are pretty much even. Lenny Gray had an interception late in the first half. Didn't really cost him anything, but it did perhaps maybe put some points on the board.
Order ready to kick off here to the Cavaliers, who will have the ball to begin the second half. Deep in back is Jared Briggs. Oh, what a nice one. And it's going to sail back into the end zone. Boy, he's done that all night, hasn't he? He has definitely got the toe this evening. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by our friends at Clark's Cheesesteak Factory, Prentice Salsa Heating and Air, the Smyrna Bowling Center, Mullins Jewelry, Murfreesboro Electric, Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, Jennings Tire, Bob Parks Auctioneer Stand Vault, Bubba's Fine Photography, where Santa Claus is in town. He'll be there tomorrow from 8 to 3. Also the Murfreesboro Post, Little Caesars Pizza, and Ideas Screen Printing and Embroidery.
You had one of those Clark cheesesteaks?
I have. I love them.
They're really good. I can't believe anybody wouldn't love those.
Over there across from, they've got two locations, one on South Church and one over there across from the new Walmart. Hand off to Langford, lost for a yard. Back down behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they brought everybody that time.
You can see, excuse me, Brian, I think you'll see Smyrna tightened up his defense here in the second half, as they did in the second quarter. Really shut Langford down after that big, impressive first quarter. 2-yard loss, Brian.
Second down. Up the middle, and maybe a yard. New final, Dobbins-Bennett 21, Oak Ridge 14. So Kingsport Dobbins-Bennett moves on after defeating Oak Ridge this evening, 21-14. Have more for you as we go along through the night. Some East Tennessee scores will be rolling in. Here's Hennigan, at quarterback for the Cavs. Late pitch to Langford. Hit once, hit twice, and now ridden out of bounds for a gigantic, huge, monumental loss. Dakota Woods, and it's a -7. That's coming out inspired, I would say.
That's constant run that pitch out to Langford, and he's gotten them nowhere. And the pitch was pretty good that time, but Smyrna read that beautifully.
And I believe there's Richardson back there to punt.
Real scary thought seeing Rodriguez Wilkes at your own 45 and you're punting.
You have to be scared of that. Wilkes is going to let it roll, and it's going to take a roll to midfield and to the 49-yard line of Smyrna High School. So just underway here, and the Smyrna defense holds Cookeville to a 3 and out. And we'll see what the Bulldogs can muster here on their first drive here of the second half.
I'd really like to see him go back to giving that ball to Jeremiah Bryson here in this second half, and not only do that, eat up some clock and go against that big senior offensive line they've got.
Riverdale leading 7-0 at half. They're already underway, I'm sure, there. Pass across the middle, incomplete to Will Martin. Wow. Well, that is at least the third or fourth drop pass out there, and he was wide open.
Yeah, he was that time. Will wish he had that one back. Again, it looks like they're trying to run him for the ball before they actually catch it. He was wide open that time.
2 minutes to go in the third. Riverdale now has a 2-touchdown lead over the Pioneers, 14-0.
The Riverdale defense has been strong all year, and it hasn't changed tonight.
Sonny Gray, 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Jeremiah Bryson tripped up after picking up 3 yards. Well, he had a lot of real estate there, John. I think he just fell over a lineman.
He fell over his own lineman.
3rd down and 7.
There's been a lot of third and long situations.
Exactly.
That's hard to sustain drives when you've got that looking at you all the time.
Ball now in Cookeville territory. And somebody jumped off sides, and it has to be the Cavs, you'd think, but could have been drawn off. We'll see. And it's against the Cavaliers. Is that the first penalty?
It is, sir. You are correct.
I was just thinking, we haven't seen that very often. And that is the first penalty of the game. Well, that's something to be said, I guess. I don't know that I've ever been a part of a first half. I didn't notice it, but high backfield for Sonny this time. Hendricks jumped off again. They sure did, and this is going to be enough for a first down. Well, John, I guess we could do this the whole way down to the
I'll go for it. I'm for it if you are.
This will be enough to give them the first down.
Oh,
it's against Smyrna.
Well, we jumped the gun. We've been penalized. We did an illegal call from the radio booth.
Yes,
5 yards on you, Brian.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take one for the team.
Well, let's blame it on Tom.
Well, we always blame it on Donnie, and he can't hear. So. 3rd down and 7 again. So we got 5 yards and get it right back. Now Sonny's going to work from the shotgun again. Bryson split to his right. Now Torres is going to line up as a blocker to the left side. Back to pass Sonny Gray. Runs it incomplete. Intended for Hager and threw it behind him. I'm not sure if he ran the proper route or whether the ball was thrown erroneously.
Seems like we're not in sync, is it, with the passing department tonight? Sonny had plenty of time. The route was run pretty well. I think Gray threw it behind him a little bit that time.
4th down. Gray's still in there.
They may still punt this. He's done that a lot. And although it looks like they're going for it, he may go ahead and decide to punt it.
He's so far back, he is going to punt. And nobody back for the return. And can they get there to it? I don't know. They laid it down at the 1, and it's picked up by Griggs. And Griggs may have made a mistake, although he's got some blockers right side. 20, 30, 40, and dumped at the 47-yard line. There is a flag near where he made the cut upfield. So that gives me hope.
Well, that was an unusual play. It looked like the ball was dead there at about the 2-yard line, and Griggs alertly picked it up. We thought it was a dead duck at about the 3-yard line. We went around the right end, and all of a sudden he found a hole. Let's see what they're going to call here.
The officials are talking it over.
It sure seems like that would be against Cookeville with some kind of illegal block. But what gets me is where they're standing. That's confusing.
Well, the flag is still laying back there at the 10. And the ball right now is at the 47. Philip Shadowan's looking on attentively, asking what's going on. And now the Jeopardy music is playing. Jeff Shipley's all over it here. And Smith. Now here comes the official in the white hat. It's a block in the back against the Cookeville Cavaliers. But now I think there's some discussion on where the ball goes, and it should be way back there.
What was so confusing is where they were meeting to talk about it. You'd think they would.
Well, they're going way back. I hear the Cookeville coaches over here saying, I don't think they know where to spot it, and that may be the case. Tonight's game brought to you in part by On the Ball Magazine, our friends at Franklin's Printworks, Portable Sign Company, TriStar Home Mortgage at KJ Hard Wales Grill on Broad Street, and Bob Parks Auctioneer, Bob Bug. They still haven't put the football down. Now the officials passed it to each other, flipped it 3 times, and
It's going to wind up about where they picked it up at.
They're going to mark it off from the 10.
It really is going to be about where they tried to knock it out. Smyrna did. It's going to be on, what, the 4-yard line?
Yeah, the nose of the football is on the 5. Let's see what Donnie's got to say.
The guys, if you want, apparently what happened, the ball was down. When the Smyrna receiver touched it, the ball was roofed down. And so Cookeville's going to have the ball they're deep in their goal line, but the ball was roofed down by the Smyrna receiver.
All right, Donnie, appreciate that. Cleared that up for us, and tailback gets it for a yard. Saladay.
Well, that makes sense because he did touch it. It looked like he downed it right there. And that does make sense, Brian. That's not something you can pick up and run the football.
Woods on the tackle for Smyrna High School. Second down, 8 yards to go. The ball back at their own 6. So 94 yards to go for the Cavaliers. I'll have to hold up here. Hand off to the third back. And that's Saladay again. Yes, he got the line of scrimmage. Third down. They don't move the sticks across yet. Cadena on the takedown.
It's amazing how conservative Cookeville has gotten here in the last few series they've had the football.
That makes me think they're trying to lull people to sleep. I don't know. I just don't trust Jerry Joslin. He's always got something up his sleeve.
I like what they were doing early in terms of that short passing game to the sideline, run those sideline routes.
Back to pass, and Hennigan incomplete. Overthrew his receiver by about 10 yards, intended for Bobby Lynn, fourth down.
Threw into a lot of coverage, too. There were 3 Smyrna defenders down there, and any of those 3 could have picked that ball off.
Brentwood 3, Hunters Lane nothing at the half. That is a brand new score in. Well, that's a boring game, sounds like. 14-10 here, all of those points in the first quarter, I believe. Good field position for the Bulldogs as this punt bounds out of bounds at the 42. Now a flag, and this is going to be against Cookeville, I think, and I think it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty because this came in so late, and the official threw it in the direction of a player walking off the field. Jerry Joslin's not happy now and throws his clipboard or his towel. The head official is the one who threw the flag. Personal foul against the Cavs. So that's going to mark it off from the 41.5-yard line. So add 15 yards and great field position for the Dogs.
Well, we really need to put this one in. So you've got good field position. It's time to get a score out of this, Brian. We can't just keep going down the field and getting good field position and not be able to put something on the scoreboard.
That takes the ball all the way to the 26-yard line of Cookeville. Let's see what the Bulldogs do with it here. 7:15 on the clock, 14-10, same score as we had at half. Maybe this will energize the Dogs' offense. Their defense has played a heck of a second half so far. Gray, fake, on the reverse, Wilkes fumbled it, went right back to him, and he picked up 3 yards in a scary type of way. Is it Halloween, full moon, something? Variable on the tackle.
I think it's not full moon or Halloween. I just think it's execution. We're just not getting it going like we can do.
Well, that ball bounced right back into his hands, and he picked up 3 yards, but he had more than that written on that play. Second down, 8 to go from the Cavalier 24 for Smyrna High. Hendricks and Bryson in the backfield. Bryson goes left side, bangs through the line down to the 20, and a 4-yard gain. Variable again on the takedown for the Cookeville Cavaliers, 14-0. Last score we had 2 minutes left in the third. Riverdale leading Warren County. Third down 5. We have had third and long. We haven't had a 3rd and 2 in forever. Now 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. And they drop them offside again. Hard count drew the Cavaliers off. And this should be enough for the first down, or if it's going to be very close if it's not. Offsides against the Cavs. And it's going to be just short. I think we're saying inches, or they're moving the chains. They're moving the chains. First down on the penalty, I believe. One official is pointing the other way.
In my imagination, are the officials really slow?
A little slow.
Deliberate. Let's not say slow. We're not going to criticize. We're just saying they're a little deliberate.
First down for the Dogs, and here's Bryson. Breaks it. Bryson at the 10. Down to the 5, lunges for the end zone. The ball is loose. But give me the signal. I think he's going to be just short of the end zone. Touchdown! He's there. They give it to him. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Leap to the pylon, and that's where he got the touchdown. 16-yard run from Jeremiah Bryson. And I was glad to see him go back to the running play again. And leaped to the pylon and then scored, and they gave it to him. Ball rolled out a little bit behind, but that didn't matter. He'd already scored. Ball had reached the plane.
And here's the extra attempt. It is up and good. It's 21-10. Bulldogs up. 5:29 left in the third. Right back we will be after this.
That's 225-2630. Black Box Telecommunications. Call us today.
Now, after the game.
Well, scoring in maybe some unconventional fashion. However, makes it happen. Jeremiah Bryson with the touchdown to put up the Bulldogs here, 21-10.
They just thought it was a matter of time. They just kept getting that good field position better and better and better. And a good team like Smyrna eventually is going to score. They don't even look, do they? When he kicks it now, they don't even attempt to look at the ball.
Why would you? I mean, Woodard, that one's still going. I think it's bouncing around out there on Sam Ridley.
If the field goes good, that hit the uprights.
Oh, mercy. Some new finals in here. William Blunt blanks Campbell County 28-0. So William Blunt moves on. And also Bearden blanked Ottawa, the team that Smyrna beat in the semifinals. That is a 35-0 final. Bearden over Ottawa. And flags and whistles before this one gets underway.
Well, I don't have a clue who was drawn or whether they going to be against. I think Cookeville moved.
They did because they were backing them up. Ball start.
Well, you had to say there were no penalties, didn't you? You had to say it.
I guess that is my fault, isn't it?
Well, they've done a good job on that. Cookeville minus yards rushing right now.
In the second half. Sending 3 outs to the right, 2 to the left. Receivers everywhere for Espinoza at quarterback. They come after him. They level him as he launches the football out there, and that was number 31, Drew Garner, the sophomore, 5'6", 185-pound linebacker. What a hit. So Dobbins, Bennett, William Blunt, and Bearden are among the Sweet 16, if you will. The winner of this game will be there. The winner of the Riverdale-Warren County game will be there, as well as others. 2nd and 15 now with the incomplete pass. Espinoza has this one batted away. And that is batted away by Dakota Woods, the defensive line, junior 260-pounder.
Well, that's exactly what Smyrna wants to do, get Cookeville in passing situations. And that just keeps getting further. They're looking at 3rd and 15 now. This is where you want Cookeville. You don't want them running the football against you.
And they have it at their own 15-yard line. So they have to get it to their 30 for a first down. A little confusion out there. They get the play call. Espinoza at quarterback. Mason Espinoza, 5'11", 160 pounds, and they hit him again as he launches it. And it's incomplete. And this time, it was Kyle Frazier from his defensive end spot. The senior got in there to level Espinoza. 2 of 3 plays there. He ate dirt.
Yeah, that looked good, and pretty good coverage there by number 13, Andrew Jenkins on that play.
Wilkes is standing at his own 41, ready for the Taylor Richardson kickoff, or punt, I should say. Well, they come after this, and he barely gets it off. And it takes a Smyrna bounces back, and they fall on it right around the 37-yard line. So Smyrna in really good shape here with a 21-10 lead and the football with 5:02 left here in the third.
Brian, Smyrna is getting the ball in great field position, and now it's just a matter of if Cookeville's going to try to stay in this game, they're going to have to move the football a little bit on Smyrna to get it out of this. They're in graveyard land is what I call it. They just can't. They're starting out with their own 38-yard line, the Cookeville 38-yard line.
From the 37, boy, somebody had to be offsides there because he just leveled it. Donnie, what's going on down there with you?
I tell you what, guys, that time the Smyrna defense really began to blow its neck as number 31, Drew Carr, he blitzed and got pressed on the quarterback, and then number 11, the defensive end laid a hard lick on the quarterback, and that punt, they got a hand on it. So the Smyrna defense was really beginning to rise to the occasion here in the third quarter.
Johnny, how come so many offside penalties as of late?
Jeremiah Bryson, 30, and to the 27-yard line.
He didn't hear me, did he?
Nick White on the tackle. And it'll be near the first down yardage out there. Yes, it is. A first down for the Smyrna High School Bulldogs. And that makes it 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Sonny Gray has one receiver to either side of an I backfield, and this is a handoff to Bryson. Slips and falls, but a flag late. And maybe, I think I saw somebody dive in there at the end of that play. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Hold.
Brian, let's go. I want to go back down to Donnie. Donnie, how come we are having so many offside penalties as of late?
You know what, guys? I think both teams are doing a good job of changing their cadence by the quarterbacks, but those are some big mistakes and helping to keep some drives going for the Bulldogs here. But the quarterback's doing a good job of changing his account team.
Holding penalty from the spot of the infraction makes it 1st and 23 for Smyrna High School now as the ball is back to their own 40. Gray back to point skill as he launches it out there, and it's picked off. He was hit late, and it's picked off 20, 30, 40, and out of bounds. And I believe that pick was by Casey Webb. The second one of the night for Sonny Gray.
At their best field position here in the second half. And it comes as a result of an interception.
I want to remind you tomorrow, if you'd like to help a very fine young man who is battling Burkitt's lymphoma, a 10-year-old, Chase Donnell at Walter Hill School, a Walter Hill student out there. They're having a chili supper. The family of Chase Donnell has been in the hospital since August. Finally gets to come home maybe tomorrow, but still a long battle ahead for him. Kennigan pass again to Webb, and Webb out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And John, that's their 7-yard pickup. That's their biggest of the second half there too, isn't it?
It is, and that is probably the most effective pass play. It's just a little side route. They'll go into and then out to the sidelines, and it's about a 7-yard gain. It's been probably the most effective pass all night.
21-10, Smyrna High School up. Second. Off to the really the tailback, 1 yard. Drew Garner on the stop for the Bulldogs, and we'll call it 3rd and.
We already talked about a huge play for Cookeville now. This is big. 3rd and 1, maybe not even quite that much. If not, opportunity for Smyrna to get it back.
3 minutes left here in the third. 21-10 Bulldogs. 3rd and inches, and they got it easily. Saladay gets it to midfield and picked up 4 and moves the chains for the Cavaliers of Cookeville High School. Again, Riverdale leading 14-0. That's the latest score we have for you from there, and that was in the 4th.
Best run by Salada of the night. At that time, he just lowered his head and got some good yardage to pick up that first down for Cookeville. Their first down of the second half.
They are just inside Smyrna territory, moving away from the highway, right to left. This is Langford. Langford picks up 2. John, they've kind of gone to the run game here on this last series here and really haven't aired it out much and have ran it pretty effectively. It brings up 2nd and 7.
Well, I think those little short passes that they're running help them with that running game. You just cannot keep running and running and running. Against a good team like Smyrna, and expect to do a whole lot without a little bit of passing just to keep that defensive line honest here.
Woods on the tackle for Smyrna High. She brings out the Cavaliers in tight. 3 in the backfield and a trick play. Halfback pass is going to fall way short. Jared Griggs, who did play at quarterback, there is a flag too out there right around the 46-yard line.
Terrible pass. That was a good-looking play, but you're right, a terrible pass. It was a good-looking play, and I think they had Smyrna beat on that play just a little bit, but he had nothing on the throw at all.
And he played at least one series, if not one down, if not 2, earlier in the game. They played 3 quarterbacks tonight.
I think we never did really get a good grip on the football.
No flag. They're picking it up. So 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 46-yard line of Smyrna for the Cavaliers. Another huge 3rd down play here for Cookeville, John. You almost feel like they're going to make a game out of it. They need to score here.
I think you're right, Ryan. I think they're going to have to move the football. You get late in the 3rd quarter. Got to get some points.
And another touchdown. Back to pass this time and catch and dropped it. No, incomplete. He had that ball in his hands, and that he was Bobby Lynn and Cody Hager defending there. I'm not sure Cody had anything to do with that. I think he just dropped it.
Yeah, and I think he was bobbling it as he was going out of bounds, so I'm not sure that it would have been a completion even if he'd held on to it.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down, I think, because Hennigan's still in at quarterback. Riverdale just scored to make it 21-0 with 7 minutes to go in the 4th, leading the Warren County Pioneers. 4th down. Rolling back, passing left, and incomplete. Well, that was not a very good pass from Hennigan. And the Bulldogs are going to take over on downs.
Casey Webb had kind of penetrated that Smyrna zone and found a little seam open, but Hennigan just threw it high to him, and Smyrna's going to get it back here after giving up only the 1st down, and that's all. Now I think you'll see Smyrna maybe perhaps use a little clock, use Jeremiah Bryson and try to get him the football a little bit more here now.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, 1:30 left in the 3rd. The 46 of Smyrna. Bryson hustles his way to midfield right at the 50 for a 4-yard gain.
Jeremiah Bryson over 100 yards now rushing. 109 to be exact.
2nd down to go. 6 yards facing the Bulldogs, and then at 4. High backfield for Sonny. Cookeville flinching again. That's what he's doing. He's not offside at least twice, and not 3 or 4 times. False count now. All of this quarter. Here's Bryson. Bryson hits for a loss of 2. Well, they came after him. Strickland, boy, he blitzed in there. What a heck of a hit. Lost 1.5 yards. 3rd and 7. Only 30 seconds to go in the quarter. I'll have some updates on Lincoln County, Lebanon, as well as Coffee County, Wilson Central coming up here in just a few minutes. Riverdale leading Warren County 21-0, and here it's 21-10. Bulldogs over the Cavaliers. They may get this one play off in 5 seconds. This is going to be the last play of the quarter. Gray looking left, passing left, incomplete. And defending was Derek Wagerbauer, and he maybe had a better chance at that pass. That's the end of the third, and we'll see what the Bulldogs do with this fourth quarter. 21-10 in favor of Smyrna High School.
This is Amanda Kivanini inviting you and your family to do your Christmas shopping here at Animal City. And don't forget to put Pet Lover on your Christmas list. We carry a wide variety.
New fourth quarter score, Independence 35, Gallatin nothing. That in the fourth on your Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. Into punt on the fourth down is Sonny Gray. Sonny gets off a honey of a kick. Briggs at the 15, at the 20, and dives forward, and there is another penalty flag. Who is the joker who mentioned about the penalties?
I don't know, but he should be fired, is what I'm thinking.
Don't say that too loudly. Somebody might take you up on that.
Now, the good news here is that, for example, the New York Post has certainly
Cookeville will have the ball now. And I didn't see the penalty.
I don't know what would happen. I can't work the equipment.
A penalty against Cookeville, and they'll mark it off from the 20, and it's a 10-yard penalty.
And that's going to be on number 12, Jeremy Brooksbank.
Was it a hold?
I think it was.
So back to the 10, 90 yards to go.
Brian, you're going to give us all the updates on who's going to play who next week, all the brackets. I love that segment.
The bracket is definitely filling in here tonight. Espinoza back in at quarterback. And Langford maybe eats out a yard or two. Second down and 9.5. They give him a half a yard on that.
Again, the field position is in big favor for Smyrna, and this has been the way it has been, with the exception of that interception return where they got the ball to 40. They just have not had good field position at all in the second half.
Espinoza back to pass, looking right, passing right, and I don't know, complete. It is complete to Casey Webb. 8-yard pickup. Jonah Hendricks on the tackle for Smyrna High School, and it brings up third down, and with that gain, we'll call it 2. New score 21-7, Riverdale over Warren County with 4 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the fourth. Brand new score in. Here it's 21-10 in favor of Smyrna High School. 3rd and 2 from the 18 of Cookeville. Espinoza's going to keep it and try to rumble, and I don't think he got it. And now he's pushed back by a mound of Bulldogs. We'll just have to wait and see where his forward progress got him.
Well, we had to get to what? Looks like around the 19, so I think they're close, but I don't know whether they got enough or not.
Let's check in and see what's going on down there with Donnie Johnson with the Steve Martin Construction Field Report.
Thanks, Brian. Well, obviously, Cookeville's back. It's against the wall. They've gone with their starting quarterback, Tyler Hennigan. He's not in the game. They're going to their passing quarterback, number 15, Mason Espinoza. He's got quite an arm on him, but obviously he's not that much of a runner, and he was stopped on a botched up play there on 32, so Cookeville's going to have to force the ball over and punt.
They do fake, and Griggs has the first down easily, and gets it up to the 26-yard line, and kind of read that one a little bit from here. They direct snapped it over to him.
Well, that was a good call, gutsy call, but one that they really probably needed to go for because, again, time is running out, and they don't need one score, they need 2 scores.
Farragut defeated Jefferson County 24-7 tonight. So Farragut will play Dobbins-Bennett next week and will host them. Pass out of bounds.
Boy, that was good coverage, and I cannot believe they're fixing to throw a flag at what I think they're going to do. The coverage was by Jonah Hendricks, and he was right there by him. I didn't see any pushing or anything.
I hope this is not an unsportsmanlike. It's on the sidelines, on the catch. I don't know if it was I don't know. We'll just have to see. What do you think it is again?
I don't know. The only thing I thought would have been pass interference.
Roughing the passer.
Well, that's where the flag
and pass interference. So 2 penalties.
I did not see the pass interference because I wasn't looking for the quarterback. I could buy that one, but that Jonah Hendricks seems like he never touched it. He's just going down the sidelines with it.
They declined for roughing the passer. Donnie had his eye on that. What in the world happened, Don?
The guys they had a roughing the passer penalty called against Smyrna, and they also had a pass interference call against Smyrna. Football declined to roughing the passer. They're going to take the pass. And you know that ball was being catched. Way out of the house. There was a penalty and not a good ball. The ball can be thrown wherever. They can still call pass interference.
Skips away.
Well, my question with it is, I didn't see the interference, and I was looking right at that play, and I saw him go down the sidelines, and then unless he pushed him, which I didn't see anything, it looked like a clean coverage there. I just did not see that.
9:39 left in this ball game. Smyrna out 21-10. 2nd and 10 to go for the Cavaliers with the ball at their own 40. They have to have 2 scores here. He's the passing quarterback, John.
He struggles at times. He's had a rough night, but Smyrna's got everything covered deep, Brian. They have not been able to go anything over 10, 15 yards tonight with any kind of consistency. In fact, the longest pass they've completed is 12 yards, and then that was not a 12-yard pass. It was a run after the catch. But they just really struggled trying to go deep tonight against them.
3rd and 10 now facing Cookeville High School. At the 20, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 15, but there is a flag laying at the 30-yard line. Cameron on the tackle, but there is a penalty flag laying right at the 30. Thought he might have had the chance to break that one, but he did not.
Well, it's a 40-yard pass play if it stands.
Face mask against the Bulldogs. Well, we have given them several chances on this drive here with huge penalties. And it's only the 5-yard penalty. It's not the personal foul face mask penalty, but it does put the ball down to the Smyrna 15 and a new set of downs for the Cavaliers. 1st and 10.
I really wish you could say anything about anything tonight. I was having a bad night before the 40-yard pass.
Right side, now a high catch to Brooks Banks and down to the 5-yard line and 10-yard pickup.
See what I mean? Stop talking.
Okay, I'll just describe it and we'll let you do it.
Can you just get on the radio? It's been hard to do that, isn't it? Just let the audience, imagine what's going on.
I could. Maybe Tom can do it.
It's your commentary, okay? Well, I won't make it. Leave it to me. Leave the commentary to me, okay?
First down and goal to go from the 4. Espinoza, happy feet. Oh, what a hit. The ball loose. And the Smyrna Bulldogs have it. Andrew Jenkins. Andrew Jenkins intercepted that pass. A deflection went off number 82, I think. That was Bobby Lynn, and right in the hands of Andrew Jenkins, who alertly just scooted out of the end zone and returned it to the 40, about the 44 or 46 yard line here. All I saw was somebody running it the other way and in a purple jersey. What about that play, Donnie? That kind of turns the tide a bit. And Donnie would say, yes, did turn the tide a bit. Thanks, guys. 46 yard line.
So you're going to take his job.
I did.
Okay.
I just will.
We've got a Smyrna. We have a little signal for Donnie, and I thought we were signaling. He was signaling us, and he wasn't signaling us.
I believe that's a personal foul penalty.
I don't want to be the dead horse, though.
Oh, well, let's not do that by any means.
Now we have about 100 yards in penalties when we didn't have any before that statement was made.
Phillips and Owens is arguing out there. Down in Cookeville territory at the 46-yard line. And a 16-yard scamper by Bryson. Carter on the takedown for Cookeville High School.
I'm Smyrna. I just keep giving the ball a little Jeremiah and let him do his thing.
New scoreboard update here, and what do you got there on Riverdale, Tom?
Brian, with 1:34 left in the game, it's Riverdale 28.
After running 5, 40, 10, 5, it's a touchdown, Bulldogs! Jeremiah Bryson from 47 yards away clears that head back, turns on the Jets, and finds Peters.
Cookeville put a lot of people up in the line of scrimmage that time, and once he broke that plane, he was gone. Had one guy to beat, he just left him in the dust.
Here is Mr. Woodard to tack on the point after. Snap, set, kick is all good, and it's 28-10. Bulldogs up with
Customer service here. Sailor Concepts, phone 893-CELF.
Listen to the photo
kickoff. 25-30 and up to the 35-yard line goes Jared Griggs, and Riverdale game has gone final. Riverdale a winner, 28-7. 28-7. Riverdale beats Warren County tonight.
One of the things with the question running back Jeremiah Bryson this year.
and that was complete to Bobby Lynn. Hunters Lane tonight has defeated Brentwood 14-10. 14-10. Hunters Lane goes on.
Trouble with that player. I'll give you a few seconds. But
Play a few years ago.
that's six. So.
Bag out there to Wesley Cadena.
We can start giving those as prizes. Like the players play the game, brown bag, brown bag.
He gets the first down up to the 50.
That was a great run that time. Spotted, felt the heat, avoided one tackler, then ran to the sideline, picked up the first down.
If Wilson Central holds on, they will play at Riverdale next week. And that will be our broadcast game next week.
Not going to answer that.
What's that? I didn't hear. I didn't listen.
Cool thing is this.
Well, sort of. Oh, Gaston North.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good going.
Right side, here's Langston, cuts it 50, 45, 40, and spun out of bounds at the 44.5-yard line, and a nice gain of 11 yards that time. Kemet on the push out there. Yeah, he's got a lot of that, Gaston. He's got a little more height than Gaston, though.
Yeah, I think so. Probably, I don't know if he's as strong or big in terms of weight, but we'll see what he looks like when he's a senior.
Well, he's got 3 more years.
That's exactly right. You know, but I'm talking about the way he cuts up the field and get the field vision down in the front of that. Gaston Miller had that ability too, and that first speed, that really quick jaunt right at the line of scrimmage.
28-10 in favor of Smyrna. Cookeville on the drive. Oh my goodness, what a hit out there on Casey Webb. And that was Rod Wilkes, and that, I think, will leave a mark. 9-yard pickup, but they made him pay, Rod Wilkes. That's why he will be playing on Saturdays next year. One of many reasons. Ball at the 30 on the left hash. 2nd down, 1 yard to go. Hennigan taking this drive for the Cavs. 3 wide right. Pitch back is to Langston, and another hard hit. And this one is Corey Cameron. Langford got smacked.
I think Smyrna's starting to smell victory here, don't you? I think they're starting to get a little bold with their tackling, but they made 2 good tackles that time.
Timeout on the play, on the field, 28-10.
We had was 11-7, Lincoln County 6. That's still in the 3rd. And then the 4th was Wilson Central, 38, Coffee County 0.
Hennigan back to pass, pump fake to the end zone, and incomplete. Had a man there, and that was Jared Briggs. And Briggs has made some awesome plays, but Wilkes and Hager back there to break it up.
Yeah, and Briggs pushed off a little bit to get the ball and still overthrown. Too late, I think, here for 5 minutes to go, a little over 5 minutes to go. Even if they score, there's still 2 scores still going a touchdown.
They are going to go for it here on 4th down. They really have to with 5:15 left in the game. Hennigan, and incomplete. He threw it right to Tyler Eady, and it hit off of him, the lineman, and fell away. So Smyrna will take over on down. Riverdale a winner tonight, 28-7 over Warren County. And other winners tonight, Bearden, William Blunt, Dobbins Bennett, Farragut, and Hunters Lane. We'll have more rolling in here any minute. Wilson Central 38-20 as well. First thing here, high school on the board run. I think we're certainly going to see that. Here's Bison, goes again. 35, 40, 4-yard line is going to be down, and a 12-yard pickup that time for Jeremiah Bryson. Eaton on the tackle.
100 yards rushing in the second half now. And Brian, that's after a quarter that he didn't really touch the football in the third quarter and most of the second quarter. But the first and fourth quarters have been remarkable.
Final Lincoln County 20, 11-17. Lincoln County 20, 11-17. So Smyrna. Timeout, Smyrna. We'll take a timeout here and be right back. Bulldogs up 28-10.
That's your locally owned WT store. You can always find a friendly face.
See some new players in here at some point. Maybe after this drive, don't know. Sonny Gray with a hard count. I backfield, Hendricks, and I believe Bryson back there. Wilkes to the left, and another receiver out there to the right. Here's Sanders, and Sanders scampering up to near the 50-yard line, and he picks up 6. They're going to put him down at the 49, so a 5-yard pickup. Birdwell on the tackle for Cookeville High School. Second down and 5. Conclusion of the game, it's the Prentice Salsa Heating and Air 5th quarter show. We'll have all sorts of information there for you in that particular program as we wrap up round 1 of the playoffs. Looks like we're going to have both Rutherford County teams in the Sweet 16, if you will. Sanders again tripped up right at the 45-yard line, and Sanders is going to pick up the first down with a 7-yard gain for David Sanders. Tripped up out there by Drew. Another first down for the Bulldogs. Lincoln County, the reason they will host next week is because they finished first in their region and Smyrna finished second. So Smyrna will have to go to Lincoln County next week. Wilson Central was close to beating Coffee County. They will play at Riverdale next week, and that will be our broadcast game. Gray looking, and now running right side, and going to slide down at the 41. And a pickup of 4 yards by Sonny Gray. So Lincoln County, Riverdale, Bearden, William, Blunt, Dobbins, Bennett, Farragut, and Hunters Lane are the teams that we know are in now. Independence was beating the stuffings out of Gallatin tonight, so they will likely move on. Wilson Central will likely move on unless something freakish happens. 2:40 left here before we can ink in the Bulldogs. Sanders, 35-30, cuts back down to the 25. David Sanders, 17 yards. Well, this has been a David Sanders drive here. Jeremiah Bryson's watching this from the sidelines, and his night done here, John, it looks like. You're right, Brian. Jeremiah Bryson, 17 carries, 182 yards on the night. 3 touchdowns. He's only a freshman. High backfield for Gray. First down, first down at the 24 of Cookeville High School. And off to the tailback, flags fly, I believe. Hendricks on the carry, gets 3 yards. Crook on the tackle for Cookeville. And it's a face mask penalty against the Cavs. We're all done with this, but the singing here. It's a 5-yard penalty, and the Bulldogs will have first down. They get the down again. So if Smyrna wins this game, they're going to be going to Lincoln County be coming here, right? They go to Lincoln County, they do go to it's a higher seed, depending on the region, that's fine. Riverdale will host Wilson Central next week. Left side, here's Sanders. Sanders going to be hit and then down to the 10. Nice 8-yard run. Sanders reminds me a lot, John, of Jeremiah Bryson. Well, he's definitely got that, and reminds me of a player from Laverne. You were doing a little trivia. Randall Tillery, yeah. That's right. He's kind of got Randall's stature, you know what I mean?
Remember Chris Gray? Wasn't it Chris Gray from Laverne too? Good little running back. I think 7 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
7 years ago. Yeah, I know the wide receiver. The other Chris Gray.
Yeah, the other Chris Gray. Got a penalty, another one against the Cavaliers. Yes, they say it's an illegal substitution penalty against Cookeville.
Well, the Riverdale-Wilson Central matchup, that might be a pretty good one. Pretty good game last time against those two, but although Riverdale looked a lot quicker in that game, we'll see. I guess we'll be seeing that game.
Yes, we will.
So we'll know all about that.
And it was not a Region 4 5A sweep, but it's going to be very close. Lebanon lost by 3 at Lincoln County. But everybody else, Wilson Central, Smyrna, and Riverdale, are going to win their games. Riverdale has already won, and Smyrna has admitted 18 away from it. First and goal from the 10. Sonny Gray taking his time, letting the clock wind down. I don't think they really want to score here. They take a knee. They don't. I'll do this one more time. Got lots of late scores in, and we'll check some more for you here. But well, we got a timeout on the field. Let's do a little bit of that. So we'll take another one and be right back. Squad with us.
So Chet Owens hasn't missed a show in a long time, has he?
You know, I don't remember the last time he did, John, to tell you the truth. Cookeville called the timeout with Smyrna trying to take a knee here, and Smyrna takes another knee to let the clock roll. And Cookeville doesn't take another timeout, so at least that's helpful. Independence beat Gallatin tonight, 42-7. 42-7. Independence a winner. Oh my gosh. Henry County beat Raleigh Egypt tonight. Just a weird score, 70-14. And that's with the clock running after a 35-point lead. That's about all we have for your finals. So Independence, Hunters Lane, Farragut, Dobbins Bennett, William Blunt, Beard, Riverdale, Wilson Central, Smyrna, and Lincoln County all going to be in here. And the Smyrna game about to wrap up here with 6, with 5, with 4. The clock rolling down, and your final is going to be the Smyrna.